Okay, so good evening, everyone. Um, I would like to apologize for the delay of the instructions of the activity that I'm going to send to you for our final. So instead, we're going to have um, this teaching guide. Actually, no, I wasn't able to find a copy of the LSAR, and medyo I'm still unfamiliar with the LSAR. That's why we're just going to proceed with the teaching guide. It's been a while actually. Last na akong yung sa teaching guide. 3 years ago pa siguro. No, so this is what we actually do for the senior high school department. And the first part of the teaching guide is very easy since we usually make use of the curriculum guide from DepEd, which is this one, to place for some of you already have a background about this and some of your parents are already teachers. So, magkabalo naman siguro mo unsa itsura sa lesson plan. So this is a teaching guide for practical research 1, and I'm going to just share with you what is a sample of a teaching guide. Um, you can improve. You don't need to necessarily follow kung unsa jud akong gibutang dira as long as the template is just the same. So this is the curriculum guide actually for our teaching guide. No, sayop gayud no kay practical research in the daily life 2 gani ni siya oh. One ako na search. So anyway, just to let you know the contents of a teaching guide from CSR. So this is just like a lesson plan, but this is done weekly, so we don't have to make this one every day. We have the content standard and the performance standard first, which can be found in your curriculum guide. So once you're going to start making your teaching guide, you have to search for the curriculum guide that corresponds to the subject that you will be making. Sayop gani ako ano kay supposedly this should be research in the daily life 2, and then I search for practical research 1 out of habit. So um usually you will get your your competencies with code, your performance standard and content standard from the curriculum guide. So what is the difference between a content standard and a performance standard? See, content standards are broad statements explaining what students should know, care about, and be able to do in each level of learning. Mara pud siya kanang learning outcomes ba? The learner should be able to understand um, the or should be able to demonstrate an understanding of characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, so on and so forth. Okay? Be able to understand the nature of variables, importance of quantitative research across fields. While the performance standard, on the other hand, are used to evaluate what specific measurable evidence is acceptable in determining whether content standards have been met. So, siya ang identifier if na-meet ba ni learner ang content standards nga to ang gi-place diri based from our curriculum guide. Our curriculum guide is this one. This is our curriculum guide. You have the content standards here. And what is nice about this is that the first topic is nature of inquiry and research, which is usually also the first topic in the book. Kaya ga-follow man si book sa MELCs, no, or most important learning competencies, that's what we call it. And then also the curriculum guide. I don't know if they make use of curriculum guides now. Biya naman ko sa senior high, maybe there are other updates, maybe they prioritize MELCs now. But before, ko ana no curriculum guide among gigamit as basis. So kung unsa mo ang first lesson, mo po na siya ang naapod sa curriculum guide. So, it is actually aligned, no? Syempre. So, dali na lang kay sa mua to determine what is the intended content standard, performance standard, and learning competencies that we will place in our teaching guide. And it will be aligned with the lesson for that week. So, ang sa teaching guide, ga-budget na mi og lesson nga maigo siya og tag 2 to 3 hours per week. And then 1 week na ni siya, good for 1 week na, 2 meetings. So, copy lang. For example, this is my first teaching guide for chapter 1, and I will discuss all of that in 2 meetings. So, mangita ka sa content 1, no? Nature of Inquiry and Research, the first one. Kopyawan mo tanan ng content standard and also the performance standard, and you place it here. Okay? For the formation standard, this is specific only to CSR. So, ikaw na as teacher mag-decide unsa man ang core values. We have already competence, service, reflection, synergy, but other than the core values of the school, what are other values nga ma-learn sa mga estudyante in this topic that aligns to the vision and mission and core values of CSR? Okay? So, ikaw na bahala, no? Objectivity. Dili sila mabias, kaya syempre it's research. Fairness. Accountability. Okay? Openness. Competencies with code. There are a lot of competencies with code in the teaching guide. Sorry, my computer is so slow. Daga na kayong documents. Delete na ko. So, there are a lot of learning competencies with its corresponding code. Actually, ganun senior high school book na apo na siya. Pwede mo kaagto sa library and, search for books that is related to your subject. For elementary, pili lang mag-usan na lang siguro, no? I cannot provide you with the LSAR, so we will be making a teaching guide, uniform na lang tatanan. So you'll just have to search for what kind of subject that you would like to focus on for those who are in the elementary, those who are BEd students rather. So, out of the 5 learning competencies, asa dira ang mo align sa imong lesson and mo ay pinaka-vital. So you just have to choose one and with its corresponding code. Then you place it here. Okay? So syempre, introduce pa man ko sa quantitative research, then ang competency gipili is describes characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, and kinds of quantitative research. Okay. Now let's proceed to integration with other discipline. Ang integration with other discipline, syempre, dili man na siya pwede nga within research lang makaton si student. So, they have to also be able to integrate it to other fields. No, mo gitang naputay transfer goal, di ba? Okay. Now, when we talk about EUs, this is the essential understanding. Unsay pinaka-essential nga i-demonstrate ni learners sa understanding on what. So, you can go back to the content standard and out of the 3, asa dira ang pinaka-essential nilang tulo. So, for me, I chose understanding in the characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, and kinds of quantitative research. And then, the essential questions. So, unsa may mga essential questions nga i-post nimo in the lesson nga ma-answer po sa mga bata. Sorry ka ba na sa mong iro? Okay, so sorry no. Because I'm recording this one at home and then yung gabi na po. So, what are the 3 essential questions? 3 essential questions nga ma-answer sa imong mga estudyante, no? At the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's now proceed to transfer goals. Transfer goals are basically what we want students to be able to able to do independently. Sorry, kabanha gid sa iro, no, wait lang. Okay, so again, so sorry, no, kabana kayo. The transfer goal is basically what we want our students to be able to do independently when they are confronted with new challenges, both in and outside of the school and beyond even the current lesson that we are teaching. In this case, my transfer goal for the students in research is that at the end of the lesson, not only nga dira lang makatunan, no, but they will be able to also critically evaluate sources and information, and they will be much smarter in identifying information that they absorb. They will always look for accuracy, completeness, timeliness, lack of bias, and properly reference. Okay, which they will be able to transfer or even integrate in their own life in so many different aspects and not just within research. Okay? Di na sila dali ma-fall for misinformation and also madali ra mo tuog mga fake news. Okay? Kaya syempre, mo na transfer goal po sa kaninga lesson. So topic, what will be the title? Syempre, nature of inquiry and research. That will be chapter 1. How many minutes will you be teaching that? Take in mind that, for example, that will be 3 hours. Ato lang ibutang. Ato lang ibutang. No? 3 hours ta magtudloan na for the entire week. And that will be equivalent to 2 meetings because 1 hour and a half ra per meeting. So ibutang ni muna dira. Learning outcomes. Pwede naman ka mangita diri sa content standard sa learning outcomes. Yan. Pero usually naa sa cognitive, affective, psychomotor. Depende na sa imo ha. Syempre cognitive dyan na basta research kung PE, di. Psychomotor, no? Psychomotor. Values, kung more ka sa values education, religion, di. Affective. Lesson outline. So syempre ang mga basic contents of our lesson. First, we introduce our topic to the students. We have motivation. Kung sa pag-count pa na siya class, mara siya appetizer, no? Para to keep your students interested and have at least a bit of an idea what will be the topic for that morning or for that day. Instruction. So, ang pagklase na nimo, paghatag na sa lecture. That's part C. Moving down. Part D will be practice. Just a practice to see if nakaget sila sa imong lesson. Enrichment to further cement their knowledge on the topic. And to evaluate if they have learned something or not. And that will be the last part is evaluation. Okay? Then the last part of your teaching guide will be the recommended resources and materials. Let us go back. Lesson outline tata. First part is introduction. That will be 5 minutes. So every part of the lesson outline should be tagaan jud siya og kanang time. Pila ka minutos ta mag-motivate sa mga bata. How many minutes will we introduce the topic to them? So perform preliminaries, the basic introduction. We open with a prayer and attendance checking. But usually we do the attendance after naman, no? Depende na sa preference si teacher. Present the topic to the class. Then present the objectives to the students that should be addressed at the end of the topic. Which means the content standard. You can introduce that one to the students. Even the learning outcomes. That's the introduction. It will be done in 5 minutes. Section B, under learning outline, is the motivation. Motivation again is like your appetizer to keep your students interested and to give them a bit of an idea what the topic is all about. So, detailed motivation. You have to ask students to imagine their daily activities as they wake up and go about their day. Let them wonder what their friends and other people are thinking or their thoughts or opinions on social issues. Then you ask them several questions. Okay? Which you will really do or mong i-apply sa actual classroom. It's for teaching guide. No. Lesson plan similar man ani galing daily lang siya ginahim. Gagana. So, next is instruction. So, 30 minutes nga lecture. 30 minutes. Depende, pwede mo gay 1 hour. O di man ako ni matuman ang 30 minutes, no? I tend to add more, what do you call this? Kanang mga sidetrack og mga discussion, examples, no? Especially if I really like the topic or if hasa na ko na nga topic. So, that's why mulapas pa so 30 minutes. So, ikaw na ba ang budget ana as a teacher? Knowing the content of the lecture that you will be discussing, how many minutes will it take for you to discuss them all? So, this is a thorough, usually what you place in your PowerPoint, mao ramang po siya mong ibutang sa instruction or delivery. Why? Because in case that you will be absent for that week, you will have a substitute teacher, they will just take one look at your teaching guide, and they will be guided on what to discuss. That's very important. That's why you don't put bullets. Di ka mag-bullet points. That was my mistake when I was still in the early parts of my teaching career. I don't want to call it career yet kay 7 years pa ta. Pero eventually we will be in this kind of job for a long time. When kita career, you've been in one kind of job for a very long time. Even if gabalin ka og establishment or school, but you've been teaching for like 25 or 30 years, so that's already a career. So anyway, when I first started teaching, ginabullet ran ako, which is wrong. usually in our teaching guide, we have to keep it as detailed as possible. Why? Because again, main purpose of this one is not just for your principal to collect or your academic coordinator to collect your teaching guide. The purpose of this one is in case that you'll be absent or you'll not be available, your teaching guide will serve as a guide muna. Teaching guide, ganun tawag. Mo kanina siya. So, um, it will serve as a guide to the teacher who will be replacing you temporarily. Okay, they will know what to teach now because it's already in the teaching guide. Oh. We will skip past that. Then we'll proceed to section D, which is the practice. Very short activity lang, like Q&A, baka usually may practice gan isa ko ang mga human resource students when I had computation drills. Sorry ka ba na, no? Computation drills with them. Pahatag ko nilang mga word problems and then we answer together, and then I throw in questions from time to time just to check their knowledge and their retention. So very short lang, no? Para sa ni duha ra ka question, ipa-identify ra if qualitative or quantitative ba ni siya. So duha ra ka scenario kung gihatag, nya motubag-tubag rang mga bata. Qualitative na ma'am. Kani ma'am quantitative. Si number 1 quanti kay survey. Data, iyahang numerical data yang gi-collect. Si question number 2, interview man siya ma'am nya about sa emotion sa rurals sa mga teachers. Sorry. Ang researcher din nag-interview sa principal. May basa-basa. Ang researcher na interview sa principal about their his or her emotions in running a rural school. Okay, mga type error, no? So, that could be qualitative. O, nga na. So, duha ra. That's practice. Marag ka ng testingan ta ni B kung kasabot ba ni sila. Ang enrichment is to further cement. Okay, you could do this one after the lecture. During the class, but still after the lecture. Okay. So, magpa-activity ba ka? Hatag ka nilag tulo ka case. Seat work. Then, once nga human sa seat work, kuanda yun, you dili pa ganyan siya i-record. This is a formative assessment, and not all formative assessments should be recorded. Na may uban na just to test their retention and knowledge, no? If naminaw ba jud sila. This one is a seat work, but dili nimo siya kanang i-exchange sa ihang mga classmate. Like, naa siya hawid siyang answers, and then you answer together. Okay? Muna enrichment to further cement their retention and knowledge sa topic. Para sa nang hatag ko nilag case problem. Unya, we solve it together at first. Practice na siya. Meaning, ga-solve ko, kuyog nila. Ang enrichment na ko is mga tanapog ko tulo ka cases. Seat work. Sila mo answer quietly sa ilahang armchair. After ana, okay, i-hold na ninyo ang inyong answers then we will see if sakto inyong tubag. Then I will solve the case or the sample computations together with them. And then I will try to see if kinsa ang nakakuha right answer. Okay? So, di siya graded seat work. Evaluation, on the other hand, is a graded activity. Okay? From the word evaluation, no? Evaluation na nimo ilahang learnings. So, medyo complicated na siya compare ni enrichment and ni practice. You can even have it as a bring home assignment. Then, once they will return to the class, you can check it together and then it will be graded. Okay? So, importante na nga, dili lang ta kausa lang, no? Kundi, kaduha katuluon pa siya na to i-check ang learning ni student. This is still under formative, kay mga summative assessments na to, kanaman ng mga pre-finals, prelim, midterm, long quiz. Actually, mga quizzes gani, could be formative pa eh. Kaya mo, ang tawag itag formative, kay syempre, dila pa man mo mabalaan if you still need to reinforce more teaching sa estudyante, kay wala sila kasabot, or you will move on to the next chapter na, since majority of the students already are knowledgeable enough based on their scores, quiz scores. They already know the topic na by heart. So, ikaw na ka move on sa next topic. Okay, mo man ang formative. No? Dili mo mabalaan if mo atras ba ka or mo abante sa next lesson based on quizzes, no? Quizzes, activities, graded activities. Okay? Kay dili mo mabalaan gud nga ala, daghan lagi kayo ang gamay kay scores. Balikon ko na to ni tudlo bi kay murag alang-alang kay mga bata ronda di sa kasabot Japon. Muna ako wala ko ning continue sa human resources sa mga subject ha. Wala ko ning continue sa labor unions because I saw that the students were still having a hard time in the computations. So I did not proceed with the labor unions nga topic. Okay? So sige na siya po may practice enrichment activities. Then recommended sources and materials, pardon me for not having it in APA 7th edition format. Sara ko nakita nila, kurang gi-type. You could provide their books or di mo po yung tawag hardware, no? Tangible materials that you actually use sa klase, like projector, computer, presentation software. Dili na ma-integrate na to kung giinaingon ninyo class nga integration of ICT. Syempre, dili lang siya limited sa resources and materials nga makita nako nga naay technology nimo gi-integrate sa imong klase. Dili palandaan sa imong practice, enrichment, evaluation. Syempre, wala diri, no? Wala ko ka-integrate og technology diri kay ready-made naman ni nako nga teaching guide sa una pa ni 2019. So, kamo na butang, diri na mo integrate og technology, magpa-research ba mo, gamit mo mo quizzes, gamit mo lain nga mga online platforms nga kung gi-upload sa Google Classroom o lantaw ra mo video sa ato. O kani siya sa inyong lesson mismo. Sa imong motivation, pwede ka mo butang dira og integrate kag technology. Inyuha na nga diskarte. Hatag na kog rubrics on niya, no? Say breakdown. Syempre, ato ang lantawon pod class nga angay pod ang atong technology nga gamiton sa ato ang topic and sa atong subject. Okay? Pende na sa diskarte sa teacher. I will be sending a soft copy of this one. Dila na ako ipang-delete no para na amoy sample. Pero once mo himo mo bag-o, paki-delete na lang ani, fill out new ones. And then or maghimo lang kog plain ani no kay para sayo na lang inyong life. I will make a blank template na lang pud ani. Ang inyong fill outan. And then this will be your final output. Rubrics will be given also. And this will be posted in our Google Classroom. Submit this one on or before December 22. This will serve as your finals exam. So, muna ni siya. Kay, kung ako pa Japon ang inyong hang TTL2 next semester, kung sige gamit ninyo nga discussion diri sa teaching guide, muna na inyong itudlo sa actual, di mahimo na mo og Google Classroom sa TTL2. Okay? Integrate na nato tanan. Uma naman ta og ila-ilas mga policies pag first sem, nya pa tay klase permi kay maigo jud activities, mauwi ta second sem. Okay, hopefully dili butag Friday na pud no. Magkita ay ra Japon ta. Okay, so that would be it. If you have further questions, you can just ask me in our group chat. Thank you so much everyone. Merry Christmas sa tanan. Amping mo kanunay.